Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls Online. My name is Dinry Foof. I'm joined by the praying man, Gravity Fanatic from the channel Gravity Clan Official. And, well, like I said, we're playing the Elder Scrolls Online, so far, the game obviously has its pros and cons, but we're going to be talking about them, while showing off some gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're gonna start with the pros, and let's start with pro number 1. What should we start with? The soundtrack? Start about the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this game, the intro music, like when you start it up and you're about to log in and everything, it is great.
Get your veins pumping.
It gets your adrenaline up, and you're like, oh wow, So the soundtrack, it's very similar to like Skyrim and stuff, like the Skyrim soundtrack. When you first hear it, you're like, wow. But the soundtrack in this game is also really good. What? Hey, help me.
There's an iron axe of hardening.
Oh, cool. I'm about to fight someone.
I'm coming.
Apparently not.
Who are you about to fight?
No one. So the soundtrack is good. It like, especially the intro. It's like, oh yeah, oh cool. And so that's a plus.
Whoa, where's this?
I'm not sure.
Walking Ash. Whoa.
So the soundtrack, that's a plus. It sounds great, very well done. It sounds like an Elder Scrolls soundtrack, and that's good. So that's a pro. Also, another pro is the combat. And the combat in this game is actually quite great. Like for MMORPGs and even the Elder Scrolls. Like, Elder Scrolls has always had a little bit of janky problems with the combat, but it's always been generally good. And this game is no exception. The combat is great. It's smooth. And it feels good. Like, I actually really am liking the hotbar. I wasn't sure how I was going to like that, because usually in MMOs, the hotbar, and you know how you usually just station your characters, you spam hotbar, buttons and whatnot, and this game isn't like that. You have your weapons and your shields and stuff equipped, and your hotbar is actually your magicka powers, or your like powers that you can use. So you're fighting, and then you can just.
Oh my gosh, that thing is ugly.
So so the hotbar system works. That's basically what I'm saying.
Are you loading in?
Yeah, I am loading in that portal. So the hotbar system is great. It works. It's smooth, and it relies on magicka and not cooldown times. The only thing that runs on a cooldown time is your special ability, which is a cool thing that I actually don't have.
I have one.
Oh, I see. Oh, whoa!
That thing is, it's coming for me. Right, we're gonna have freaking nightmares now about a skeleton thing coming for me.
Alright, so the combat is great. Hotbar system works. I'm liking it.
Oh.
And, yeah, so that's cool. This is a big guy.
That is a big guy.
This is a very big guy. I'm glad we have help. So yeah, the combat's good. You don't equip your magicka anymore. It's in the hotbar. So it all works. It feels good. You can do some combat rolls, and you can dodge and weave, so it feels good. The only problem I have with the combat is the ability that you and the AI have no collisions. You can just walk right through them like I just did.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. They need to turn on some collisions there. Keep the collisions of players off, but turn that on. And
I'm gonna try to put him in a shield. Hold on.
But this is always a fun moment. Being able to
try to
fight
defeat a
big
boss.
Bosses with your friends. You got help. That's fun. So that's a great element. That's what I wanted in Elder Scrolls. Being able to do this sort of thing, like with your friend. So this is a great moment that we're having right now. Also, so the combat's good. The soundtrack is good. A lot of the gameplay mechanics, such as crafting, blacksmithing, even like third person has been upgraded. I feel like it's a lot better than before in any Elder Scrolls game, really. And it's just the first person is great. And I need to use this, whatever that does. Alright, we got a moment of silence. I gotta focus. Okay. So third person is good. When you see your weapons like staves, or if you have like 2 swords equipped, you actually see that it's sheathed, which is a mistake for me to make right now. And also, if you have like a staff out or dual wielded weapons, you can actually block with them. You don't like just sit there and take damage. You can actually block, so that's cool. I need to use the ice staff. I can't.
That's my monkey thing. Go get him.
Arrows are unlimited with the bow, by the way, so I think that's kind of a plus for me. Not really. I don't know. It's pretty good. So yeah, so some of the gameplay mechanics have been fixed. Like the sheathing weapons, you can actually see them, and so that's good. I'm gonna try to knock him away.
Okay.
I just took a lot of damage.
Okay, I have my shield regained. I'll try to trap him in it when he comes back out. This scamp is one of the most unpowerful things I've ever seen. Which is the first for this game.
Okay, so.
Hurry up. Okay. He's trying to come out of there. I'm gonna try to trap him in the shield, and then we can go inside the shield and take him out. If he messed my monkey thing ever.
Alright, so those are 3 pros. We got the soundtrack, the gameplay, and like some of the gameplay mechanics, as well as like combat. Combat is also good. And for the cons, I feel like there's actually more cons than pros with this game. First of all, map, not good. Okay, it's
map
quite
is very small. Yes.
It's quite small, yes. A lot smaller than they promised, definitely. And you don't have the freedom to just walk around and go wherever your heart desires. If I wanted to go from Morrowind, where I am now, into Cyrodiil, I can't. Okay, so the freedom of that is gone. And it sucks. So no more, going wherever you want.
Yeah.
Can't do that. And that's quite unfortunate, because they promised that we would, be able to explore all of Tamriel, and in reality we can't. I mean, we will if it's part of the quest. A con is also sort of a pro. The storyline. The storyline is, of course, crucial for any game, but Elder Scrolls games have always had a great storyline experience.
Especially for an RP game.
Yeah. And Elder Scrolls has always, been known for its story. So this game, the plot line of it is good. However, the story and it's not. The plot is interesting, but the way you go about it is very standard MMO. Talk to this guy, go kill these people that are in your way, collect your reward, repeat. Okay? Yeah. That's what it is. It's not interesting, it's not involving. As far as I know, there's no secret things that you can do, like no Dark Brotherhood. Not everybody knew about that, and that was those secret little accomplishments that felt just good to do, like werewolves and all that from Skyrim. That's not here.
No, you're not gonna find that in this game.
You find there's no exploring in this game. This game, there's just no exploration. You just quest to quest to quest until I guess you're done. And that's really the thing. There's no, in Skyrim you would go along on your quest, but you would see something cool and go over there. You don't do that in this game. So it's kind of the map and the story tying together.
Put him in a shield. Take him out.
Good. So I mean those are 2 pretty big cons. The map is quite uninteresting and it's really undetailed. It feels just like empty open space, like where we are now, and it's just not interesting. It's no detail feels like it was put into it. You're not gonna find yourself getting sidetracked and finding cool locations, and the story is weak. I don't even know if we're on a main story quest right now. Do you?
Probably aren't.
Yeah, we probably aren't. I don't even know.
That's the point of this game. You don't know. You have to figure it out for yourself, I think. Just to make you mad.
Just to make you mad.
I'm about to die.
But the plot, it was interesting, but it's just the way they're going about it. Standard MMO. Not interesting at all. No, secret accomplishments to be done. Nothing like, I don't think you can like join guilds and stuff. It's just like some side quests that you might be able to pick up occasionally, and you know, your main story. You just go back and forth. It's repetitive and quite frankly not very enjoyable. And I'm dead. So, map and story, yeah, there's that. I mean, what do you want to throw in? Anything you want to throw in?
Of the map and the story?
Anything, like pro or con, anything.
Well, pro, they have lots of weapons, okay? Con, every single weapon is too overpowered. That's one of the big things. Especially all mages' weapons.
Actually, there's not that many weapons.
Well, for all the mages' weapons and all the that they drop and all that you can get, there's classes of, I think there's like 5 metals you can make weapons with, or 6 metals you can make weapons with.
There's actually only 5 different types of weapons you can make. And
I know, but
you
with all
choose between like, if you want an axe or a sword and stuff, but there's only 5 different types, like
yeah, there's that, but what kind of enchant you want on it, and...
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, as far as like the... I mean, this is another thing. I completely forgot about this, so thank you for bringing this up, because I personally think, like, I'm on the side of thinking that there's basically no weapons, really, to choose from, whether you buy them or craft them. Like, look at this. Yeah, but I have all these maple Inferno staves, and especially my restoration staves. As you can, like, see, there's really no difference in them except for like the damage. The more, if you craft your own weapons, the more items you supply them with, the more damage you're going to get out of them. But they're still the same type of weapon. So there's no like different types of weapons that are more powerful than one another. It's just a matter of how you craft it and how many items you give it. There's really no what's the word I'm looking for? Like majority? I don't know. There's just nothing really to choose from, basically. Like, there's only 5 different types of different weapons that can be cycled through or bought. And that's really disappointing. There's not a lot of content.
No.
Of weapons. Or armor.
They might add in DLC stuff since this is an MMO. This is just the starting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it all in crafting though, and there's just not much there. The crafting system is good, and it works very well for this game, so that's a pro. However,
MMO.
Yeah, I mean, it's for an MMO, and even in Elder Scrolls, the crafting, blacksmithing, and all that is good. There's just no content, really, like, as far as weapons go, and that's really disappointing, because even though I have a bunch of different maple staffs, they're all the same thing. They just have a different look about them. Literally, that's the only difference. This one might have been made differently, that's why it has 11 damage over 10. But they're all going to look the same, they're all going to be called the same thing, except if you add more and more things to them, the more powerful they'll be.
Oh, I got
That's
it.
basically it. So it depends on how you craft it, but they're all going to be the same general type.
Idea.
Yeah, type.
And type.
So, there's that. That's a con. But pro, crafting is good. Especially for this game. And like MMO.
Generally, the fighting style is more advanced for an MMO.
So, any other cons? Besides what we've gone over so far. We've gone over the map, we've gone over the story, we've gone over like the content.
And the weird leveling system for enemies.
Oh yeah. You want to talk about that? You can talk about that.
Yeah, sure. So, if you see just a normal mud crab, I guess you could, that's an example, the mud crab, and it's level 8. And then you go into this quest, and then you see another mud crab, and you have to kill it, and it's level 8. And when you kill it in the quest, it's going to be harder. Okay, it's going to be way harder in the quest than it is without the quest, which is weird. Why would they need to do that? Why can't it be the same amount of difficulty for both sides? Instead of it being uneven like that.
Yeah.
It gets confusing.
Yeah, I think it, like, these little, where are they? These little turds right here. These aren't hard, normally. They're not, like, outside of this quest that we're on, they're not hard. but I think it depends on what quest you're on. I think like the enemies level up with you, and depending on what quest you're on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it gets confusing, like you said. I mean, it's kind of confusing. So, and also like it ties in with the fact that they want us to always basically have to be required to fight with real people to defeat certain enemies. Like this guy, of course he's going to be impossible. There's like 4 of us fighting him and we can't do it. They're pushing, I think they're pushing way too much the fact that we need other people, you know, all to be fighting at once to make it just too hard and like almost kind of impossible, because give this game time to decrease in popularity, and you have to do all this stuff on your own. You can't be done. No. They're trying to push too much of, you know, you need help, you need other people to, you know, fight with you and stuff. It's not going to work.
Well, taking down the difficulty of enemies is going to be simple.
I think it needs to, if you're going to like have it to where, you know, you want people to all fight together to defeat certain enemies, make events. Make events like to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, like if you walk into an area and, you know, it's like, oh yeah, you can participate in this with all these other people, do it. But as far as like you're doing your own quest and you come across like certain people that are just too hard and you need other people, don't do that.
Yeah.
So that's another con.
They need to make it like Borderlands. If you go in an area like this and you're by yourself, then it needs to be weaker.
Yeah.
And if you come in here with 3 other people, then it would get stronger.
Yeah, I mean that's what they need to do. And this, granted, this game does have single player zones where every other player is invisible, and I think the enemies there might be a little weaker, but those things are so rare to get into. You barely ever go into those areas, and when you do, usually there's not many enemies, so it doesn't really make a difference.
Or no enemies at all.
Yeah.
Usually it's more for something important happening.
Yeah, only like plot lines and like not fighting.
Yeah.
So there's that. So lack of content. Lack of like plot, interest, and all that. The fact that you just go back and forth in a repetitive thing gets really old and dull. The fact that you basically need other people to help you almost all the time, and you can't really do much on your own, kind of sucks.
And this is a pro that, even though there's a whole bunch of people in the server, there's hardly any lag.
Yeah, I mean the servers are really good. Like they're fantastic. Like you get a lot of people on screen at once. I really haven't experienced any frame drops. It's great.
Sometimes I get a lag spike here and there, but that's just because I have terrible internet right now.
Yeah, but, I mean, but as far as their server, like on their end, it's actually holding up very nicely.
Yeah.
So I mean, props to them for having good servers, but I mean, there's I feel like there's other things. Like this game generally doesn't feel like an Elder Scrolls game.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It does not give what was promised, like as far as being able to like explore the map and, you know, see everything. It takes away all the freedom and the openness of Elder Scrolls. Everything feels smaller and more confined, and like you have to, you know, complete this quest to go here and stuff. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that's just one of the that's just a simple MMO thing.
Yeah, I mean, but for Elder Scrolls, I thought it would be different. But this game is way more MMO than Elder Scrolls.
It is. Well, that's what they were going for. They were going to get out of single player and all that, and they just wanted a whole bunch of people to do it. And I think they were thinking too big, and they thought they were going to get their game too popular.
I don't know what they were thinking, but I think they will definitely not receive as much happy.
And so this is their first idea for an MMO. I'm sure they thought of it before, but this is their first like.
I mean, this is their first go at it, and when people thought of like Elder Scrolls Online, people thought of like Skyrim multiplayer. Basically, Skyrim with multiplayer. That's not an MMORPG. Not just a standard, uninteresting MMO.
They need to do something like Borderlands, where there's a campaign. It's a perfect campaign. The storyline's very nice, but you can still play with friends. Oh crap!
I mean, that would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact though that when you walk around, a lot of people you see are real people.
Yeah.
I like that, but also because of that, there's no NPCs. Here's another con: no NPCs, no like advanced NPC interaction, nothing. The only time you're going to be interacting with an NPC is if you're getting a quest, and it's like a requirement to go talk to them. There's nothing there. NPCs aren't interesting. Like the environment around you doesn't feel like, you know, alive and stuff like it did in Skyrim and Oblivion. Like it just doesn't feel like a really alive world.
It feels like a fake world.
Yeah, it feels like a fake world. But I mean, really though, like in Skyrim, you know, NPCs were going about. You got your people hammering and all that, and
yeah,
like blacksmiths doing their thing, and then you could talk to them, and they would talk to you, and you know, it felt like a more open and like alive environment. And this doesn't. The most alive thing you're going to get out of this is the people AFK around you, because there's a lot of AFK people. I mean, that's not like a con. I mean, they can't help it, but
I would say that if they could go in, like this is another con. Yeah, this is something that I don't like about it. If like this guy right here, why do they have to make him so powerful, and then other people that are a higher rank and are just a regular class, they are even more powerful.
I don't know. Well,
like
this kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about like the requirement of playing with other people.
Yeah.
If nobody else was online with me right now, and I had to complete this quest, say part of the main story, and I came in here, I would be able to do it. It would actually be impossible. I mean, it's almost impossible right now. Like, we're not doing anything, as you guys can see. We're wasting our time pretty much just doing this.
If we had more people, then it would be easier.
Yeah.
It's just you and this other guy.
So, guys, I think in all, I'm quite disappointed with this game. It's not delivering what they said. It's not like, you know, the same Elder Scrolls experience at all. It feels too much like a generic MMORPG than an Elder Scrolls game, or even an Elder Scrolls Online game.
Yeah.
I feel like
feel like what?
Like it just lacks a lot of the Elder Scrolls things that a lot of people love. That like everybody loves about it. I mean, like, it lacks all that. Like it lacks the depth, like the heart, the good story, the great gameplay. I mean, the gameplay's good, but it just lacks all the stuff that made it great. And it just feels too much like a normal standard MMORPG. And honestly, this game is definitely not worth paying $15 a month for. I would buy the game to play it. You know, buy it. You just buy it, and then you can, like, you know, have it on your computer, and then you play it. To pay to play it though, nah. It has too much of the same aspects as like. If you want to know the properties of this game, take Skyrim, take out the storyline, take out all the NPCs doing stuff, put in multiplayer, and then take out a whole bunch of the weapons and all the aspects that you can just pick whatever you want up. Yeah, and then take out the freedom, and then you have Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, so let's take Skyrim, that great game. Take out the advanced graphics, take out the advanced NPCs and all the NPC interaction, take out the great like heart and elements and like the freedom and, you know, all the cool stuff to see and like
everything.
How everything felt defined, like the defined map and everything. You know, it was always so great. Okay, let's just say this game is nothing like Skyrim. It's not. It's nothing like Skyrim. It's nothing like the Elder Scrolls. Completely different, completely opposite, almost. I mean, not entirely. It still kind of feels like an Elder Scrolls game.
It does talk about Dragonborn and all that stuff. Great. But that's it. This is basically, they thought this was going to be a whole nother like campaign type thing, but with people. This is not the.
They thought they were going to take Elder Scrolls to a better level. I think, making this game, they've taken it back. I think instead of making this game, they should have just gone on with Elder Scrolls 6. I know a lot of people.
Fallout 4.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were wondering what Elder Scrolls would be like online, and they delivered. So
like here we
see Now that we see, and now that the game is pretty much out already, take this game and its disappointments and make it free to play. Like, maybe not free to buy, but not the monthly subscription. Take that out, because this game feels like more like a free-to-play standard free-to-play MMORPG.
Yeah, that's what this is. Okay, yeah. It's not, if you want a compelling storyline and you want to play with friends, yeah. If you want to play with friends and play Borderlands, if you just want to play by yourself with a compelling storyline, and play Skyrim. But if you wanna have a very not, I don't even know what to call this, terrible storyline, and you want something to have some
uninvolved.
If you want a terrible game with multiplayer play, well, not a terrible game. If you want a game that's
it's uninteresting and lacks heart and not very compelling, basically. Okay, compare this to a lot of almost every other free MMORPG out there. This one would be among the best. Compare this game to the ones that you pay for, like Guild Wars, and even the Old Republic.
Yeah.
This one would not be among the best, the ones that you pay for. It doesn't have the same kind of good quality that you should pay for. Nothing like that.
The Old Republic is actually a very nice game.
It is, if you pay for it.
Yeah.
You know, the free-play version sucks, but if you pay for it, it's good.
I paid for it.
But we're not talking about the Old Republic. So basically, this game, go to free-to-play. You'll be among the best free-to-play MMOs out there. You will, you'll be like the #1 free to play. But if you stay pay to play, you're gonna be just another
very low ranked,
frowned upon in the MMO. That should just, everybody is telling you to go free to play. I mean, I kind of hate that I gave it such a low rating because of how much I love the other Elder Scrolls games. But this is what they made. So this is what you have until Elder Scrolls 7 or Fallout 4. 6. So wow, whatever. Fallout 4 though, and we need Fallout 4 first.
I want
anyway, so guys, this was our impression and gameplay. If you guys want to check out the game,
good luck to you.
Yeah, I would recommend checking it out for yourself. See what you think about it. If you're into MMORPGs, check it out.
Yeah.
If you love the Elder Scrolls but you hate MMOs or MMORPGs, I wouldn't check it out.
Yeah.
And if you're like diehard MMO, or if you're like a diehard Elder Scrolls person and you want nothing like but the best, I also wouldn't check this game out.
Yeah,
because you will get so mad, you will probably start not liking the series anymore.
Which the series is fine. They're going to make another campaign thing, and maybe they will make it to like I said before, the Borderlands thing. Now, the only thing I'm taking out of Borderlands is the little multiplayer thing, because that's perfect.
Like Destiny, you can drop in, drop out, drop in. I mean, I think Destiny will be a lot better than this thing, though.
Destiny will probably be one of the best games for 2015. Probably not the 21st century, but definitely 2015.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But anyway, so guys, this was our impression and review of it. Don't expect any more Elder Scrolls Online videos, because it's just, I mean, I don't see me doing any more. I'll probably do Skyrim because I love it. But yeah. So thanks for watching, and if you like what you see here, please subscribe. I feel bad that I gave it such a low review, honestly. I mean, but I think they kind of got a little too carried away and a little too confident that what they did was going to be the right thing, and they didn't really pay attention.
No,
I think
they focused on what they wanted and what they wanted just for themselves. They didn't care what other people. They cared a little bit. Okay, they brought in some of the stuff that other people wanted, like this right here. They brought in to where you can go in somewhere and fight this big boss with friends. That's what they brought in from what people wanted. But most of the stuff, it's just what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean,
there's not a lot of.
They just need to kind of step back, look at what they're doing, see what the people are saying, and
find the problem.
I think at this point, what they've done can't be fixed.
No,
it's not out yet. So unless they decided to delay it and just completely start over almost, or just take a lot of the great elements and remove all the bad ones, they could do something. I mean, I would be willing to wait a year for a great Elder Scrolls Online experience.
Yeah.
You know, but for what they're doing now, I'm not. I won't pay for it.
Like, I was really excited when I got the beta key, and thank you again for that. But when I got it and it was downloading and all this stuff, I got really excited, and I didn't want to view anything and view any videos on it and what it's like, because I wanted to figure it out for myself. But then the first day I played it, after I went back to look at all the reviews on all the videos, people were saying it was terrible.
Yeah, not a lot. I know a lot of people aren't liking it so far.
Yeah.
So guys, word to Bethesda: don't let ZeniMax do anything else. Okay, just keep it to Bethesda only. I am willing to wait 4 more years for Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 4.
Please be Fallout 4.
Yeah, please be Fallout 4.
4.
I am happy to play Skyrim as my Elder Scrolls game, and I'll play Fallout 4. But just, just listen to the people. Keep creating single player games. Just do that. Just make your single player games. And,
right now.
Yeah.
Put in the Borderlands multiplayer, and then if you put in that, it's set. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a perfect game.
Yeah,
pretty much. You can keep the compelling storyline and all the NPCs and all that, but you have to have it to where people can drop in and drop out, just like that.
I mean, if it was like Skyrim Online, but I just recommend. I think that they should just stick to single player. Some games just aren't meant to be multiplayer. I think Elder Scrolls and Fallout are one of those things.
Yeah.
I think that's just what it comes down to. But guys, thanks for watching. We've already gone over a lot of time. So, like I said, please subscribe, and also check out Gravity Clan Official, who is Gravity Fanatic. That's his channel, so I'll leave a link in the description, and see you guys later.